Hi everyone, welcome to Module 4. So we are going to get right into this, and please excuse my voice. It's a little shaky. I still have dealing with some COVID symptoms, but no rest for the weary, right? So we're going to get after this. So we are here on Module 4. The previous week, we started working on and discussing and studying over the next writing project, which is going to be a couple of emails or business correspondence that we are writing. The first one is going to be an email asking for the reimbursement or replacement of a product that we purchased. And the second email that we are going to be writing is from the opposite perspective of that would be a customer service employee or a business owner who is rejecting such a request. And so those kind of negative emails can be very, very tricky, because the last thing that we want to do as a business owner or a business representative is to offend a customer, because customers are key. And so there's some really good material here that will help us with this email. So looking over the module, just the big, bird's eye view, there is a reminder here for that networking, that project for e-networking project that you have to get started with right now. But I'm not going to open that up right now. I'm going to start right here. And we'll just go through this week's activities and materials and assignments. And so this first one I wanted to draw your attention to, because it's a couple emails on writing negative, it's a couple videos on writing negative emails. And so this first one, they're both fine, they're both good, but I really want to sell you on this first one. It was actually recorded by the designer of this course, and she does an excellent job on providing tips on how to write such an email. And this is the person that you want to listen to, because they've also designed the course around these kind of tips. So that's just, a learner's strategy to listen to the person who's going to be assessing your work, right? And so go ahead and listen to that. Listen to them both, but pay particular attention to that first one. And then the next thing we have here is an actual real-world example of an email, a negative email that was written in the heat of the moment, and there was no pause, there was no deep breaths, there was no counting to 10 before the CEO sent it out to his employees, and soon thereafter it was made public. And it had some very, very negative consequences. And it's a horrible email. And so read over that, because the next thing we're going to be doing is having a discussion board. Okay. And read over this content. Please read over this content, because that'll help direct you on the right path. But here's another link to that email. And what we're going to do with this discussion board is you're going to pick at least 3 statements from that email, and you're going to discuss why they are problematic. And so you're going to need to watch those videos, watch the content and the reading, so that you understand, what is good and what is not good in these kind of emails. So you can identify the negative things happening in that CEO's example of a negative email. And you're going to identify at least 3 disastrous statements, discuss why they're a problem and how they could be corrected, or how it could be said in a different way from a different approach that would have been a little bit more constructive rather than just critical and even slightly immature in the way that he wrote it. All right, so that's going to be your first post. And that's, remember, the discussion, the responses to students make up a good portion of this. And so then you're going to reply to at least 2 students' posts. Don't forget to do that, because if you only do the initial post, you're not going to get the whole points. So we already have some people. Let's see. So go ahead and post those. You'll need to post before you can see the other replies. Then we have a really short quiz, easy quiz, but then we're getting right into the peer reviews for this business correspondence. All right. Ask some questions there. And as you look through, and here's the worksheet here that you'll be filling out for one another, but as you respond to one another's rough drafts, please try to spread out the love, okay? Try to give feedback to people who have not received feedback. I want to emphasize that because last time we did pretty well, actually. We really did pretty well. But there are still some people who received quite a few peer reviews, and there are a couple people who didn't receive any. And so it is up to you to make sure that they are spread out. If you see that somebody's already received 2 peer reviews, please move on to somebody else. All right? But go ahead and get that in, because by the end of the week, we are going to have our final submission for the business correspondence. Please read over this rubric so that you know what I have been asked to look at. Let me know if you have any questions. And other than that, have a really great week, okay? Bye-bye.